What is good, guys? It's Spillboy and welcome to another NBA 2K Lab video. In this one, we're going to be talking a little bit about takeovers and the attributes that go with them, but more about the offensive perks in NBA 2K22 Next Gen. If you're new to the channel, man, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. And without further ado, let's get right into it. First, we wanted to quickly talk about the attribute boost given when selecting your primary and secondary takeover. Now, as you gain takeover, you gain extra attributes depending on which takeover you have equipped. Now, if you select two takeovers from the same category, for example, limitless range or spot up shooter, or you can double up, then you'll gain about +3 to your shooting attributes for every 25% of the meter being filled. Now, once it's filled, you'll have +13 bonus attributes of that category. Now, your non-takeover categories, in this case, defense, playmaking, and finishing, will gain about 1 attribute for every 20% of your takeover that's filled, for a total of +5 when it's full. Once you fill up your first takeover box, you don't get any extra attributes for getting double take or team takeover. When you actually activate the takeover though, you'll gain an additional 2 attributes to your takeover category. So for example, a 75 3 ball would turn into a 93 ball on takeover if you have 2 shooting takeovers equipped. Now that's for the same category, but what if you split your takeover categories? For example, equipping a shooting take and a playmaking take. The attribute boost is split between the 2 categories and you'll gain 7 attributes for each of the 2 categories when the takeover meter is full but not activated, and 8 attributes when the takeover is activated. So an 82 3 ball would turn into a 93 ball with takeover activated, and we'll go into more detail on which takeovers we like in another video. But for now, we're going to focus on the perks. Now there's 6 different offensive perks that enhance our takeovers, which you can unlock by doing the Chris Brickley drills or various challenges throughout the city. These perks include Second Chance, which prevents your takeover meter from resetting when making a mistake. You have Sponge, which gives you a minor takeover boost when a teammate does something well. Extender, which extends the time your takeover runs when activated. We have Juice, which gives you more attributes when your takeover is activated. Stay Warm, which slows down the rate your takeover meter drains when doing poorly. And lastly, we have Accelerator, which increases the rate which your takeover meter fills when doing well. Now we're going to get into a little tier list here, and the most common takeover you'll see is Accelerator, and rightfully so. We looked at how many shots it took to get full takeover with Accelerator and without, and if you start 3 for 3 with a shooting takeover, of course, from 3, then you'll have your takeover meter full. Obviously, this is a perfect situation, and mistakes could slow it down, but without Accelerator, going 3 for 3 was more about 80% of your meter. If you really care about getting your takeover meter full and getting the special ability from your takeover, then Accelerator is definitely the way to go. We generally recommend this perk for guards who already have high attributes in shooting. Now the other takeover perk we can recommend is Juice. As you can see, with takeover activated and Juice, you can get a total of 21 bonus attributes if you go with the same takeover category, or 11 bonus attributes if you go split category. Now if you have a little 3 ball, turning 74 into a 95 with takeover activated is an insane boost. Now we've been running double limitless on our 7'2" centers in the rec with Juice to shoot beyond the hash with ease, as you can see in these clips. It's actually a ton of fun, not gonna lie. The other nice thing about Juice is that even though it takes longer to fill the takeover meter, you get more attributes while filling it up. Now after filling your meter with Juice, you can have up to +18 in your 3 ball if you have double shooting takeovers before activating your takeover. Now without Juice, this boost is only +13. Now I know there's some people out there who will purposely not activate their takeover if they have a low 3 ball so they can have those bonus attributes for a little longer. But if you do activate your takeover, as soon as that takeover runs out, you go back to square one with your attributes. So again, Accelerator for guards and Juice for low 3 ball builds. Now if you have a build without 3 ball at all, like an inside big, we generally go with Accelerator to try and get team takeover ASAP, since they really don't benefit from the bonus attributes as much. Now on to the next tier. We have Extender and Second Chance, and these perks are okay to use, but they're not as good as the 2 above. Now longer takeover is a nice perk, but the takeovers already last a pretty good amount of time, and with it lasting longer, it's going to make it that much harder to get a second takeover. Then we have Second Chance, and this does save you from having your takeover meter resetting after a turnover or a bad play, but if you play it safe, then it's not really needed at all. Now like I said before though, there's some who won't activate their takeover to get those bonus attributes, and if you're one of them, Second Chance might actually not be a bad choice. Now on to the worst offensive perks, and we have Stay Warm and Sponge, and these aren't really that useful. For Stay Warm, the meter drains pretty slowly anyway when making mistakes, and for Sponge, the takeover boost is very minor and you have to rely on teammates to do well. For me, I'll strictly be using Accelerator and or Juice depending on the builds I'm bringing out. And I want to give a quick shout out to Patey Boardman on Reddit for initially looking into this. Now that's all for this video. I hope it helped you guys. If it did, be sure to leave a like on the way out. It's Spillboy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.